Oh my goodness, the traffic is a nightmare. It's a nightmare, nightmare. Excuse me. I'm gonna be coughing a lot more than normal this episode because I don't know why. I just, yeah, it just won't stop. Anyway, so I'm gonna pause the game a minute. So here's what I did. I went and made a version of this city. Basically, I took this save game and named it differently, and then I spent 6 or so hours working on redoing the city. Okay, now the unfortunate part was because I didn't really know what I was doing and I kept having to destroy and rebuild things. My city in the save game is significantly smaller. I have a bunch of abandoned buildings here, but remember how we had the observatory, which was here? Yeah, here. 1,000 abandoned buildings in the game for 5 weeks. Yeah, I kind of did that. I kind of had 1,000 abandoned buildings because of what I did. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to do what I did, only without destroying my city completely, just partially. And it's going to cost us a lot of money. A lot of money. I don't know if I really want to do that, but we have no choice. We really don't have a choice in order for this city to survive. Okay? So let's turn it on to top speed. What we're going to do is we're going to let it run at top speed because we get money. Money's important. Now, first things first, we have to do something about this interchange here. Now, to do that, we're going to be using this thing. Now, some of you might say, yeah, but that's only going to serve part of your problem. You're right. It's only going to serve part of my problem. But that's okay. Yeah, because I have a plan. Okay, so the plan starts with a bulldozer. Get out. There we go. So the plan starts with a bulldozer. And it does cause mass chaos in my city, and I know this. But that's all right. I have no other options at this juncture in time. So we're going to do that. Okay. Now we take this guy. We measure it. So I need it right there. Okay. So we need to back that up slightly. Sorry, you're going to have to blow up now too. All right. So I need you right there. No. Highway. This highway. There. I think that's what I wanted. Yes. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Okay. And many of you are like, okay, so what? All right, so first things first, we have to do some more destruction. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I'm putting in these highways that have the barriers, the sound barriers on them. Just for sound barrier reasons. Sound barrier reasons. Okay, so we're gonna take all that out. There. Okay, now you might be saying, dare. Yeah, I'll just blow that place up. Okay, what are you doing? Well, what I'm doing is we're gonna get rid of this half of this. Yeah, this half. I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, ooh, was it that half? Yes, it is that half. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that half. Get rid of that. And boom. Okay, so that connects to there. Now I'm going to blow this up. That. Like that. Okay. Now, obviously, this is causing mass chaos in my in my place, but that's okay. I'm willing to take the mass chaos for right now. So we're gonna take that out, and we're gonna go like blow this up. Because I gotta blow it up anyway. There. Okay, so that gets that highway sort of back into play. All right, but that gets us the exit. Now we have to get the entrance, which is always more difficult to do anyway. All right, so the entrance, we're going to do the same thing, but only with a portion of it. Okay, what I really want is the flyovers, but I'm not going to be able to get the flyovers, right? It's just not going to work. Now, I did think about moving this down a little bit to about here. But it's just not going to work for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in. Let's see if I can remember how I did this. So we're going to have to come out there, fly over to there. Yes, okay. Now this does cause issues with the city. Let's just call it issues with the city. There we go. Because obviously people are like, oh my gosh, what do I do? So this, let's see. No, we need, how does that? Okay, we need that and that. All right, got it. So it exits here. So right about curvy road. And we got to curve it around and put it up so that we can get it over here. And then curve it in. There. Okay, so that's that exit. So that allows those guys to exit. Now these guys will exit like that. There. So now we've separated how they're doing their exiting. Doesn't that look nice? I think it does. Okay, but that's not all we're going to do. No, no, no. We're going to get rid of this mess here. We'll leave that for right now. Guys, I did sort of make a mess here. Now, this is, of course, you know, not really tried and true. It is sort of tried. Let's go with this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put one of these full flyover units in. But in order to do that, I got to move the train. Without, mind you, interrupting the train travel. So what we're going to do, back here, we're going to put that page down so we go underground. We're going to run underground to right about here, and then we'll come up out of the ground like so. Look at that. And then we got to kind of figure out how in the world to connect. Okay. There. That's temporary connection. Okay. Because now we got to blow up the train bridge. So it's going to make life a little bit more difficult for a little while for our trains. We're going to have to go a little underground route, but it's going to cause quite a traffic jam here, at least in the short term. Okay. Now, just got to blow up a bunch of highway. And let's see the new one. I need to go back a little bit farther. Like that. Okay, cool. Now, and that. There. There. And there. Okay. So the highway's connected, but we're not done yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to replace all this bits of highway with oops. No, not that. That. There. Like that. Perfect. So we're just in the process of doing the gentle work. And it does cause chaos in the city, and I know that, but this is always the fun part. Come on, you can do it. You could do it before, and now you're just being a jerk because you want to be. All right, there it is, right there. There. Yeah, that's annoying. It's like, oh, I blew this up, and now I'm going to put this back in the same spot. No, you're not. I don't know why, but no, you're not. Okay, now we just go. Nope. That. Perfection. So now we have that bit there. Now we just have to do it the other way. So this is what I spent hours doing to try to find the most optimal way to clear out my traffic. Now, it does create the situation where my traffic is a living nightmare sometimes while I'm doing this, but I think the pain is worth it. Okay, there's that bit. So we got that. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, now what are you going to do, Dare? Well, what I'm going to do is we take this. I'm going to go. I want to get as close as possible to a straight line. There. There. Now, rid of that. Go. Then we go to the highway. There. Perfect. Now get rid of that a little bit. Okay. So now we have twin access to the interstate here. We're going to clean up this bit here. That. Perfect. This goes that way. This goes that way. Perfect. All right. We'll fix that in a minute. Now, there. There. This creates what I think to be a secondary way to get into the city for delivery. So now they can take this exit and get here and do their deliveries. Then, come back here. This guy. Page up. Now I should be able to. If I remember how. There. Okay. Really not there. Back a little bit. Come on. There. There. Aha! Down. There we go. And then... boop. There. Now I got the twin train lines. Perfect. Then I can kind of do expansions with the train lines a little bit easier. Plus, with the underground line, there's another use for that later. Okay. So, I do need to make that train crossing. But, I think this helps a little bit. How much? Well, let's check out the traffic. All right. It's not red free, but it does spread the damage, if you want to call it that, a little bit. Excuse me. spread the damage a little bit. Now, we're going to further break this damage down, I think. The way we're going to do that is we're removing this underpass. And the reason I decided this underpass had to go is, there we go. It creates a situation where, if I could turn off traffic, where we had too many lights too close together. So now we're doing better. We have fewer of those issues, I think. That's my thought there. So that should allow that to flow a little bit freer. Now what I'd really like to do is get this side road here that's a feeder in. I need it to go away. Long term, I think it's going to have to go away. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to do that, or if I'm going to do that, or how I'm going to do that. I think if I made it one way going this direction, that would solve some of the problem. But not all of it. That's sort of my thought, is that in long term, this will become a one-way road. But notice how much freer this traffic moves now. I still have these backups, but that is an improvement. This is not improved yet. Is this empty yet? Aha, you are empty. Relocate the building. All right, we're going to move him over here. We're going to put him there. And stop empty. Okay. Should help a little bit with that. Okay. Now, we have some cluster bombs still going on. We got that one. We got this one here. So, I think we have to adjust our cluster bombs. The obvious way to adjust this one is to do what I just did, only slightly differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this half here, right? And then we'll move it over here. So. Now this does cause a problem with this tunnel, but we are going to still use that tunnel. Believe me. I thought this through, sort of. Okay, so that should help clear this. Oh, and I need to get rid of this. And we're also going to terminate that tunnel. I'll go underground and deal with that later. Okay. Now, for the time being, we have to get rid of this road. Okay. Now comes the dangerous part, always tearing apart your highway. All right, now grab our roundabout thingy-majiggy. All right, so it wants to be there. Oh yeah, now I remember how this is, why this is a pain in my butt. It's a pain in my butt because look at, it doesn't really work well, right? But we'll fix that. We'll have to build it manually, which is always a pain in the butt. All right, so coming from here, go to about there, go up, there, down, and out. Okay, so there's that. So now we take this, and what we have to do is we sort of have to try to recreate this cloverleaf thing. I'm never very good at this, so I just sort of try. All right, so we need to come. It would be, how would this be? It would be from here. There. So that's that going that direction. Then if you want to go that way. That. That's a weird kink, but that's okay. So that's that going that way. Then if you're going to go here, it's that. Boom. Okay, and then these guys. No, I need you to kind of go not that way. That way. There. All right. Excuse me. Now I'm going to take the 6-lane decorative road. I'm going to run it kind of straight. Try to. It's too far. All right, like that. Now goes to there. That goes to there. Perfect. Okay, so now people can make a switch over here. Now we need this to go underground. We'll do that this way. Where's my road? Was it 2-lane? I can't remember now. Page down. We need to blow this up going about there. All right. Boom. There we go. Now we got a thing going on. Look at this. It's all clear. All right, now we need to just kind of go underground. This actually is the most annoying part, is cleaning up the underground. Because it doesn't give you an easy way to clean the underground. You have to kind of finagle. There's that. Now, what is page up? Ah, that's right, because you're there we go. That'll fix that. Okay. Now, I want to get that like that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Now, let's go to traffic. Traffic report. Now, this is sort of cleaned up. This is still a mess, but this is because it's a pass-through, a straight pass here. So, we'll have to deal with that eventually. Same with this entrance here. I'll need to install probably another one of these down there. But, I also did some investigation. Because I was confused. I was like, why is there so much traffic? And what I found was a lot of my traffic was quasi-local traffic. What do I mean by quasi-local traffic? Well, a lot of my traffic was freight that was literally going from one side of my town to the other. Stop it. There. Okay, so now we're gonna run this. That. Electrical. That. Okay. So what I found was a huge amount of my freight was literally running from one side of town to the other. Wasn't even leaving town. So by doing this, I now can run, now my freight trains can come here and I can more efficiently ship by train to get my freight once the game finished the calculations for doing this. So that is an improvement, and I notice I ended up with a good number of freight equipment coming out of this area. So that slowly reduces traffic in the long term. Now the other place that we have a problem is here, but I've struggled with this even in the test game. This is difficult. Making it into a entrance for the interstate is a really bad idea, but this intersection here is a disaster. I'm just not sure quite yet what to do with it. It's because I got these two interchanges right here. It's kind of a problem. It's got this big feeder line running into it. So I think long term I'm going to have to fix that. But yeah, short term I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. I'm thinking that I'm going to start by tearing this out, because I think that's what I did first in the other. Be careful there. Be careful. So one of the things I did without realizing it was I destroyed. Stop it. I destroyed this power line here. This power line is the only power line feeding this entire side of my map. So when I destroyed that power line, caused problems. Oh, look, I have traffic back up again. Shocking that is. Shocking that is. Okay. So I still have traffic problems. I won't say that they're solved, but I think we're moving in the right direction. Most of this traffic seems to be flowing into the city. And I think part of the problem is my blocks are wrong. I should make my blocks go this direction instead of this direction. But I can't really, I don't know really how I'm going to inversely fix that problem. So there's that problem. No more room. Well, empty it. Oh, I probably need to build more incinerators. Let's put another incinerator, or two, or even 3 and 4. That ought to be enough. Are you full? Yep, empty. Multiple problems here. Oh, good grief. Okay. Cool. All right, so we've gotten, I think, a start of a handle on this. Oh, for dead. I need to do something about the dead here. Crematorium. Crematorium. Let's put a crematorium right there. Let's put one. That is. Okay, so destroy that building there to put a crematorium in. Put one there. That should help with the dead problem. All right. So we're losing money, and this is not unusual. I'm just not losing as much as I did last time. I ended up with like 400,000, so. All right. Hopefully that that kind of gave you an idea of where we're going with this. We have low demand here because we do have a problem with a bunch of abandoned buildings, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it does give me the impetus to maybe restructure the way I'm flowing traffic. Because I think if I do a little bit of restructuring, it's going to destroy a lot of buildings, but I think it's for the best. If I move this up, this large road, if I move it to come through here, per se, and it becomes an arterial road, and then we change our blocks to be north-south blocks instead of east-west blocks, I think that'll move us in a good direction. I think. That's the long-term goal, anyway. Maybe next time. Maybe next time we'll look at doing that. Maybe at least in the industrial district through this first commercial district. And then I need to do something about that. I don't know what I'm going to do about that one. I might do nothing about that. I might tear that out completely. I don't know. I'll think about that one. But are you done? Oh, no, you're empty. Okay, good. But it looks like we're getting the dead under control. Maybe. And the fire. not nowhere near under control. All right, well, I'll put you like there, and you'll do with that. That's fine because that I don't care enough. Is this fire? That is fire as well. Did I put DP's firehouse there? I didn't want to put DP's firehouse there. The reason I don't want to put DP's firehouse there is I'm probably going to remove those mods because I don't like the fact that there's no picture. It annoys me. So, there. Okay. So that's that one, and then we can check crime really fast before we go. Crime is fine. Let's check actual health. Health is good. Crematorium capacity is good. We got some trash problems. I'm not shocked by that at all. Education-wise, we're not doing all that great. Oh, you know what? Since we have it, let's put this here. Boom. There. There. Good. All right, so that should start down the path of recovering our city. Good times. Good times. All right. Until next time, I've been DerTebbers. This is City Skylines. We are trying to save our city. Until next time, game on and be awesome, everybody.